So this evening I will be playing Ironheart. He is a very passionate, fiery personality, and it'll be great working with everyone to develop him tonight.
I am Danny. I'm from San Diego, and I will be playing One-Eyed Jack. He is an angel who has helped the establishment of Las Vegas and invented poker, and his fall was because of boredom. He loves that the mortal realm luck works, and things are more interesting than heaven.
Hey everyone, my name is Rowena, hailing from Laurel, Maryland. I am playing Koy Bumba. They really enjoy using the physical side of things, so exercise. Don't get any ideas. Physical meaning exercise, as in strength training, cardio, running, to deal with the fact that our mother kicked us out of heaven. And also currently in a bit of a love thing question mark with a demon. So that's about it for Koy.
So my name is Eric, and I'm playing Yuurei, the youngest of all the angels who only fell to Earth in the 60s, who is also locked out of heaven. As I've said before, we are a bunch of orphans, basically latchkey kids who came home to find mom changed the locks and isn't letting us back in. So everybody's dealing with that issue.
So my name is Philip, and I'm playing Amon Set, who is a high-flying motivational speaker, corporate consultant, and basically, big entrepreneur thinker type. And so I think that all angels are messengers, and I am the messenger incarnate. I think that it is my job to share with humanity how they best be going forward, and the best place for me to share that is by being out in front and leading them there. So I fell to Earth almost by accident back in the way back in 1350 BC on the banks of the Nile. I just got so caught up in what I was doing, I just forgot to go back to heaven, and then all of a sudden we were locked out.
Amina.
Hello, I'm Paul, and I will be your Amina for the evening. Amina is the professor. She believes strongly that history ought to be recorded, that information is key in any fight or war against the demons. But she also is a big proponent of freedom and choice. That's why she helped the ancient Greeks develop democracy. Just recently, she has given up some of her essence, power, control of herself, something like that, to Koy. So
Yeah,
we'll see if
we'll
that plays into something somehow sometime.
see what Koy does with that. Yeah, so thanks you guys for introducing yourselves, and I am Sam. I'm normally doing social media stuff. You could kind of see me posting way too much on Twitter and Facebook for Penny, and I am also the dealer for tonight's game. Real quick, we have Scion coming up this Friday with Daniel, and after that we will have spooky October coming up, where we will have all of our shows will have some sort of horror theme to them. Other than that, we're just gonna hop right in. So you guys, had emerged into the dawning of a new day as you left that sort of husk of a church and had decided to go ahead and get some Denny's, right?
I just would like to ask one thing.
Go ahead.
Danny, do you have any additional landmines on you? Because if so, you need to like leave them here.
Jack may or may not have additional landmines. We'll have to wait and see
Don't
as the
hug him at
situation
Denny's.
shows.
Don't hug him.
You never know what kind of hug Jack is
Well,
going to give you.
The food at Denny's sometimes tends to be explosive, so
Oh boy.
Hopefully it does not affect you all that way. So far and up to this point, our players have been playing pre-gens that I gave to them way back at Gen Con, and they just have been continuing with them. And so we're kind of going to go through the character creation process as a conversation at Denny's, because that's where all angels are created. It says that. Not really. Anyways, so would your group just all sort of go to Denny's after this fight? You wouldn't, just kind of go past the FBI agents, like, bye.
So Ironheart would step away and make a personal phone call first. But yeah, he would join his siblings wherever they decided to go.
That's your personal phone call, Ironheart.
Using a phone,
I know.
It's a very simple, basic. Imagine like it's
Grandma
a smartphone, but like all he has to do is push a button on the screen and it calls the person he needs. And there's only 2 numbers in the whole phone. It's all he needs it to do.
Those jitterbug phones. Do you guys remember those commercials?
Yep.
Yeah, that's all it does. It has 2 phone numbers in it, and he was shown how to use that.
All right, which number are you calling?
He will actually call Rebecca first.
So the line rings and you hear a hello. You've reached Rebecca, but I'm not in right now. Please leave a message after the tone.
Rebecca, this is Mr. Hart. If you could please give me a call, I just wanted to check in on Alexis.
And that's all that you get.
And he will leave the number. What time is it?
It's fairly early in the morning. Your guys' adventure, you got there afternoon, went out into the desert, kind of spent the evening, and so yeah, it's probably around 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, he's not calling the other phone number. He'll follow his siblings in.
Probably a good idea. Anyone else?
So this is the same Denny's that I grabbed a FBI agent and threw him up against the wall with the speed of 1,000 angel's wings, right?
Right. You'll notice that there is a help wanted sign in the window.
For FBI agents?
There are.
The waitress decided that she could do better.
Good.
She did.
Well,
she took the money that Yuurei gave her and ran.
Pretty much.
Smart girl.
Who knows how far she will get from Virgin, Utah, to spend that money. But yeah, it is the same exact Denny's. Denny's is always open 24 hours a day. You see those bleary-eyed FBI agents still in there. Not as many as there was in the middle of the day, and some waitresses that looked absolutely pissed off that people would dare come in at 4 a.m. in the morning. But there you guys are, and oddly the coffee smells fresh right now, and you could kind of hear that sizzle of bacon in the back, but a new waitress that you guys didn't recognize from before walks up to you and looks a little bit confused at the assembled people, but gotta get that tip. So she hides it and asks if there will be anyone else joining you.
Possibly. We don't know.
Yeah, the morning crowd is weird. So she grabs some
Why don't you save
menus.
us a seat for Ezekiel? Or is it Elijah? It's Elijah. Save a seat for Elijah, right?
Oh yeah.
Is Cassie joining us?
I kind of panic for a minute and then say, no, I think it best if she remains in safety for now.
And where exactly would she be?
She is. Am I telling you, or am I telling the dealer who's already told us that she wants to try and kill us?
You're telling Ironheart.
Yeah.
Not the dealer.
She's back at the plane. I was able to get her there and get back. Which, by the way, did y'all see my entrance coming in? Sorry about that, Amina.
I think Amina felt that entrance.
I'll tell you who felt it, Dantillion. He was quaking in his boots.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we came and did the thing you wanted to do. How do you feel about it?
I feel good. For the first time in hundreds of years. It's a
That's
big weight
wonderful.
off my shoulders. And you just kind of see her rubbing at her neck where the I can't remember what it's called.
The lacrimal jar?
Yeah, the tear jar
Lacrimorium.
where it was hanging
Lacrimorium.
around her neck. So she just got kind of this far off smile.
Nice.
That's great. I don't feel good. In fact, as I told you, despite the demon being gone, I still have that nagging feeling that one of you wants something from me. So let's just go around the table and share what it is you might want from me so I can get rid of this.
I absolutely want something from you.
And what would that be?
I want you to be the best version of yourself. Have you read the newest book that I came out with about finding yourself? It is a wonderful work that was meant primarily towards angels that have been really lost. And
Amina reaches over and smacks Amon back upside the head.
what? I mean, it says nothing in our text about not being able to lead other angels to glory as well.
Everything about you have to be a business pitch.
Yes.
I didn't get to where I was by simply standing by on the sidelines.
No, you were created for it.
I don't know about that. It seems to me that I was created to be a messenger. But what I've done is I've taken that and I've tweaked a few things here and there.
Like smashing through the ceiling and landing on Amina.
Listen,
So
regrettably,
Again,
getting back to
Sometimes-
One-Eyed Jack's question.
Hmm.
I don't want things from you. I want things from me. You might be involved in that, but there's no physical thing I want from you. I generically wish you well. I hope that you find peace and happiness. However you get there, you get there. But that's me wanting it, not you needing to give anything.
You just feel like they're all lying to you, Jack.
Mina?
um,
Is there something that you want from me?
I'm going to look you dead in the eye and say with the voice of God, there is nothing that I want from you.
You believe her for a moment.
Ironheart?
Can you, in some way, shape, or form, track down Dantillion and allow me to kill him?
Maybe?
That would be what I'd want from you.
We'll come back to that. Koy?
I want a ginger ale or something. I'm not feeling too good. I think a lot happened back there. I don't know if you saw, but I was trying to be persuaded by our friend, or I guess sibling of the other side, and Amina saved me by allowing me some of her essence, and yeah, I don't feel that great right now, and what I want is to have answers, to philosophize about what does this all mean, and suddenly I feel an urge to just teach and learn the ways of the world and know what our choices are. Where's that ginger ale? Where's the waitress at? I don't even feel like running right now. I think I might have the runs. Where's the restroom?
None of this is making the feeling go away.
No.
So can you describe what you were feeling and like what it started and what's going on?
When did it start? What, yesterday? 2 days ago?
Before or after
Dealer.
the plane trip?
I don't remember. Dealer? When did it start?
Yeah, Jack, you put your hand in your pocket and that poker chip is still there from the Infernal. And as you sort of brush your thumb over it, you remember, you'd picked this up.
Ever since so I've had this feeling ever since I picked it up at the end of the fake hotel.
Yes.
Yeah, ever since we got rid of that fake hotel in Vegas.
Maybe you're just feeling salty because a fake hotel was set up in Vegas and you didn't know about it. Yeah.
Seems more than that.
Why are they lying to you, Jack? Why can't they just tell you the truth? Aren't they supposed to be your brothers and sisters? But the pancakes are here. And a whole side of berries. Maybe you could think about it later. What great siblings.
Oh, good. I'm glad that these what do we call these things again? These circles of
Pancakes.
yes, these. This is now. Did I ever tell you about this time in 1484?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, but then there was also that time in 1520.
The other time? 1683?
Yeah, I think there was that PowerPoint presentation you made that one time. Is that what that's called? Or was that a papyrus? I don't know.
The history of bread is not an issue that should be trifled with. Okay, it's an important development in human civilization. Okay, the cultivation.
So Ironheart, you came very close to ending me. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, not really wanting to talk about that right now. Kind of want to get back at Detillion for that one.
Well, that's maybe the point. Why?
Why don't I want to talk about it, or why do I want to kill Detillion?
Why do you feel like every problem is solved with your sword?
Because it is. And that is what we do.
What you do.
Correct.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe Mom gave you the sword as a trap, the same way she gave that pomegranate to those humans in the garden?
No.
What would life be like if you didn't?
Idea.
Yeah. What would life be like if you didn't have your sword?
Boring.
Do you like the feeling of control it gives you, or is it the sense of accomplishment of doing something?
I like the ability to ensure that those that would threaten Mom's creation are easily handled.
But they weren't.
Yes, because, yeah. I'm working on that. You said you might be able to track him down.
The sword has never made anything easier in all of the times that I've seen you draw it.
Really? Interesting. You see it that way.
I mean, what's your track record? How many demons have you slayed with that sword?
Over the centuries, more than I can count.
And how many since Mom went away?
Probably a couple hundred.
All right, real quick, we're going to take a step aside because this is also a character creation episode.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the steps of character creation is the mission of an angel. Basically, angels have been falling to earth for a long time, perhaps longer than there's been humans. And once they were free from God's commands, they sort of were unsure of their purpose or meaning of their existence. And so, to answer that angelic sort of existential crisis, we had these sort of 6 major philosophies emerge, and they were sort of named after the different armor of gods, as mentioned in Isaiah and Solomon and in Paul's letters. Koy probably had a hand in writing a couple of those. So in Relics, when you're actually creating a character, you can either draw a card, and the number on that card will correspond with what mission you're given, or you can just pick one depending on kind of what you're going for. But Ironheart's mission, I believe, is the Sword of Wrath.
Correct.
And his entire mission, essentially, here on Earth is that they are here to win the war. So everything that he sort of does is for that purpose. He fell for the purpose of fighting the demons and being on the front line of that battle. Humans may or may not get saved on a given day, but they're as a whole helped by the extermination of demons. So definitely a different perspective where they're not here to sort of lead humans to righteousness. They're here to protect humans, and sometimes there's collateral damage. But yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, zooming back in on our Denny's table, you have your pancakes that are being eaten. The waitress has brought out multiple plates of eggs. She does not know why you guys ordered this many eggs, but there's eggs in all different varieties of cooked status, scrambled eggs, over easy eggs, sunny side up eggs and toast. Who knows?
Do angels need to eat, or is it just optional?
You can go longer without eating,
Okay.
but like a long time without eating. But it's also fun, right? It's fun to taste these different things on your palate and experience the world that way.
So Yuri's going through a lot of coffee.
Yeah, you could kind of if it's actually good, excuse me, good coffee, you can taste, the groves and the different caramel and fruit flavors within the coffee. But this is Denny's coffee, and so you just kind of taste 100
Badness.
burnt brewed cups, yeah, from a dirty pour.
There's caffeine in it. It's a good metaphor for Earth.
It's true. It's true.
Amina has her pretty standard old lady bowl of oatmeal with the side of dried fruit and everything. And she's just been kind of stirring it around, eating a little bit. And she finally looks up with a smile, and she says, "I have an idea, and I think
What's
it's
that?
finally time to do something about it. There's a secret that I've kept from all of you for many years. It has to do um, with the island of Akrotiri. There is something there that was lost. After Dantilian destroyed it, I was broken up enough that I didn't even want to think about going back, and over time it just seemed like it would never be found, and so I just ignored it. But there's a relic on that island, and I can't remember exactly what it is or what it does, but I think it's finally time that maybe we could go investigate, or at least I can. It would give me some additional closure, the ability to finish saying goodbye to my lost friends.
So you have knowingly left a relic out where demons could get it?
It's not out. It's buried under tons of solidified lava, magma. None of the excavations have even come close to unearthing it. But I think with the help of one of my best students, I think it would be possible to find it now.
One of your best students?
Yes. Her name is Letitia Tanner. She is exceptionally bright, and I'm looking forward to what she will be able to do in the future. And for now, I'm just looking for ways to make sure that she stays on track and is able to get the funding that she needs. This could be a good opportunity for her. I don't expect any of you to come with, but I think it would be a good experience.
I'm so there. I wouldn't even be sitting here with you guys and Denny's if it weren't for you, Amina. I mean, it's the least I can do is assist you on your quest.
Do you know which relic this might be?
Exactly.
My memories are pretty messed up from that time. Everything that happened with Dantilian, there's a lot that seems to be lost, but I know that it was important. It was going to help with the democracy that we were starting. But aside from that, I don't know.
It could have been the Mask of Kings. Do you remember this? The Mask of Kings was supposedly cast. I remember this from when I came down. It was supposedly cast by some of the greatest sorcerers in Egypt for young Tutankhamun. It was a gold mask that makes the wearer appear to all who can see him as having the qualities that the viewer most respects. So, in other words, perhaps mature, wise, or successful. At least that's one idea of what it could be. I don't know.
That's very possible. If it is, I think Ironheart is right. It would be best to retrieve it because any relic could be dangerous in the right hands.
Anyone who controls the mask could control millions. I mean, think about the possibilities that we could have for leading humanity if we were able to get our hands on this.
And I will leave it buried in the ground.
This could be
if you continue to talk like this.
Game changer for us.
For us?
Or for you?
Look, my mission here on Earth, if you don't remember, I was part of the Helm. We believe that leading humanity from the future builds a better world. Don't you all want a better world?
And
What
the
do you,
one we have
what do you
now,
all,
yes.
what do you all care about then? What is
I
your
don't think
mission?
the world has been getting better.
My mission is simple. Remove the demons.
Yes, we know you're here to win the war.
Then why do you bother asking what my mission is and what we're here for?
I turn away from Ironheart to
I think it was a broader question to all of us.
maybe Jack. Please, Jack. Why are you here, Jack? Remind us all.
Because heaven is boring. Here things are interesting, but I do not believe that there's any point in trying to shape the destiny of humankind. That's their problem.
Do you subscribe to the boots of humility?
I do.
So you think that we're here just to be forgotten?
Be a bad
We
thing.
were made for a purpose, and that purpose is done. Mom's done. Mom checked out and left. Some of us still think that we need to continue doing what we originally started doing because not
Does the
creative
threat
enough to
still
think of anything
exist?
else. Does it?
How can you say it doesn't? There are still demons in this world. They still threaten Mother's creation.
They're a part of our
So
creation.
do we.
We don't threaten anything. We're here to build a better world.
We blew up a church and a couple of people died.
And are you really worried about that, Yuurei?
No. I'm not, but I don't think we make it a better world.
And what do you think?
I think it's pointless to worry about our connection to Mom or what her plans are because there's no way to know. I mean, when I came here in 1983, so long ago, I thought that the Belt of Truth had the best of it, which was learn all you can and use it. But I think even that's a waste of time. I guess I'm moving more to like suspenders, something more free and flexible. I think the point is to do what you feel is right and to know yourself and to kind of stop having Mom be the center point of every conversation because it's like we just haul her around with us everywhere we go. You know, what are we without Mom? That's what I want to know.
I don't need Mom to tell me what to do. I know what I enjoy doing, and I know what I'm good at doing.
What
Yeah,
she
but you
told
do-
you to do.
Yeah, and you're doing it to prove yourself to her, to get the value of accomplishing your task. I mean, it's evident from the outside. It's not hidden. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all have things we were built to do. I mean, mine has to do with frickin' electron decay.
What?
It's little bits of stuff that make things work.
Okay.
I know that you and I have butted heads many times over the years, and I can understand your desire to shape and encourage humanity in different directions, but you also know that I desire to help defend these people, to shield them, to save them. Sometimes that's from themselves, sometimes that's from the demons, but sometimes it's from us. We have to be careful with how we use whatever power is granted to us, because we can just as easily, even as angels, become the ones who are transgressing against the humans here.
I know that we've gone back and forth, but I think that ultimately our two missions align. You're here to save them, and I'm here to build a better world. There's no sense of apathy there. We have to act in some way. And if you feel like that there's this relic that's out there that might be able to help us move in that direction, whether it be this mask or some other type of relic that's out there that could help us to be able to shape the world for better, I feel that we have a responsibility to find it and to use it.
But who decides how we use it?
Not you, Frodo Baggins.
I don't want this thing.
You guys switched on me. Yeah, real quick, just again, zooming out from our Jenny's table to talk more of the character creation thing. When angels fall, they find themselves constrained by a relic. This object, becomes part of them, and it's not part of their flesh. It's more like a chain, something that sort of grounds them. And until God departed from them, it was sort of this direct link with her. But now that God has departed, relics can be given away. They can be taken. They can be lost. And so a big part of this game is this arms race to find these relics, because many angels have died, many demons have died, and they also have relics. And these huge sources of power are extremely dangerous. Angels guard their relics with their lives, and others hide them so that they could hopefully never be found. But of course, if you don't have your relic, you cannot create those miracles. If you tuned in last session, Yuurei finally got his miracle, and is now able to stop time in a scene, but is still able to act within this sort of zone that he has created. So an angel without their relic isn't powerless, but it's likely that they'll sort of be outclassed by all of their opponents. And, the risk of wielding this weapon that can be stolen and used against you is also sort of a constant thing. So, it's a difficult thing. So with Ironheart, his relic is his sword, and it's something that he uses daily. But with Amina, what was your relic?
My relic is a coin that I wear in a bangle on my wrist.
Yeah, so something much smaller that you don't sort of put in the forefront of everything. And so, these relics are designed to go with you. They're usually portable, but angels don't choose what their relic is. There's theories that kind of say that it's part of their nature, but again, it's something that they don't want to lose. It's part of them. It's this sort of last connection that they have with heavens, and it's the center of all of their power. So if you can get someone else's relic, a demon, an angel, you are able to use that power and unlock it. So again, it's the main part of relics is that it's an arms race to see who could kind of gain the most power. If the demons do, then kind of out of luck. So, yeah, back to you guys. Sorry.
No apologies.
I know I have issues with that.
I accept your apology.
I don't.
Oh no.
I'm leaving now. Someone can pay for my oatmeal.
I'll pay for your oatmeal.
Yuurei.
Yeah.
Yuurei pays for everything.
Yes, he does.
So you want to go to an island in Greece?
Yes. I think we can probably get it cleared with customs and everything, as long as we presented as an archaeological dig, which most certainly will be.
Why are you worried about customs? If you take a private jet, that doesn't happen.
I guess I'm not used to traveling in such lavish style.
Were you expecting we take a boat?
You can bring your bicycle, Amina.
I've traveled pretty substantially around this world, and usually it's not because people are ferrying me around. Just trying to fit in, but a private jet would make things a lot easier.
Okay. So that's what you want. And Koy, you want to join with that. And Ironheart, you think that this will help with your fight against demons.
I don't know if it'll help me fight the demons, but I sure don't want a demon to get a hold of it.
Which would help you in your fight against demons. So you want this as well. One-Eyed Jack, I'm assuming you're neutral.
It'd be fun.
Be fun. Okay. And Amon Set, you're interested to see if it's this mask that might do what you do so naturally?
Exactly.
Are you sure it's not your relic?
Oh no, I have my own.
Okay. I'm not asking. I'm just joking.
Are we using Amon's jet?
I have
Good.
somewhere I need to stop before we go on.
We're not going yet. I feel that we
What?
should probably finish our food first. Also, the jet's refueling.
So you have somewhere you want to go first. Where is that?
I need to make a stop in Seattle.
Okay. How long do you expect the stop in Seattle would take?
No more than a day.
Okay. Any objections to stopping in Seattle for a day?
That is the opposite direction. And now that we know about this relic, I'm
It's
worried
a
that it
globe.
might fall into the hands of someone else.
It may already have.
One day could make the difference.
I will need to go back to Vegas to collect my student and some materials. So
Do you need your students, or you want your student there?
I think it prudent to bring her along. She has guided me in rediscovering much of what the island had, and I think that she'll be able to help guide us to where we need to go.
We could arrange it. Well, let me rephrase. I could arrange it to have her meet us there. Or do you want her to travel with your siblings?
I suppose I don't care one way or the other.
Okay. It would just save time, that's all. Since Amon Set seems convinced that time is of the essence.
I trust that you would be able to take good care of her. So
I
How
will
would you-
allow my siblings to go on without me. I will make my stop in Seattle.
Have you ever used an... No, you can't use an airport.
Well, why do you need to go to Seattle?
I have personal business to check on.
This is with Alexis, right?
I have personal business to check on.
Okay. You don't need to share. You have a phone. Would you like me to put another number in it so you could call, so that we could arrange it for you to? I could arrange it for you to be there as well. Or do you want a different phone that only has one number on it to call me?
I know how to use this one. Is the
You
one
want
you
it?
give me like this one?
Yuri pulls out one of those, children's phone that have like two buttons, like home and emergency, and that's it. When you want to call me, press either of these buttons. They both reach me.
Okay.
So, Ironheart, do you stay for the rest of the meal, or are you just standing?
Ironheart would probably go ahead and head out because he's going to have to fly himself to Seattle.
It's like walking.
Yeah.
How are you going to get past security with that sword?
He's talking about flying with her wings,
My wings.
His.
or his wings.
Red Bull's got wings.
Yes, we all have wings.
Albeit only angels that are of the aspect of Nasher.
Oh yeah, no, I have no fast fly. I
No.
know this. It will take me a while, but it is the only way I can get myself there.
Good luck. Hitchhike.
No.
Are you sure you want to go by yourself?
I traveled to Vegas by myself.
I know, but so much has happened since then.
It'll only take her about 15 days to fly there.
I was gonna look
Take
that up.
Ironheart about 15 days.
Amon said, couldn't you have Cassie arrange for another plane?
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm sure she could do something along those lines if it's absolutely necessary.
Well, in this way, you could call her and see if she's all right still.
Well, I know she's all right.
To you?
Well, we'll talk about this when we get back. So I stand up and walk outside and would probably pull out my own Motorola StarTAC.
Mm-hmm.
Flip that baby open. The right hinge is a little wiggly. And press and hold the 1 button.
Oh man, throwback.
But yeah, I'm definitely not T9ing this thing. There's no way.
No.
No, press hold 1.
Yeah, the phone only gets to half a ring before you hear Cassie's familiar voice coming over the line.
Yes, it's me. I'm here.
And is everybody else okay?
Everyone else is fine. We took care of it.
Yeah, you hear this sigh of relief, and when are you coming back?
We've just discovered that there may be something that we need to do first. But I definitely need you to stay here in case we might need some assistance.
How would I be able to help you from here, wherever you're going?
Well, here's an example. Apparently, Ironheart needs transportation up to Seattle. You think you can arrange that?
And from Seattle to Greece later.
Ah, yes. I remember that. Until her.
Does Ironheart have a passport? Or will I need to arrange that?
What is a passport?
Okay, I will arrange for him to be able to travel there.
Yes. Also, we're all going. Do we all need this port of pass?
Can you put Yuurei on the line real quick?
There's a level of indignance that builds within me, but because I care so deeply for Cassie, I say, I understand that I might not know much about this, but I'll have you remember that I shaped the entire Holy Roman Empire from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll go get him. Hold on. I walk inside and hand Yuurei the phone.
You just hear this chuckling as you answer it.
Cassie, you okay?
I'm fine. I was kidding with him, but sometimes he takes things a little too seriously.
He does. I mean, he's worried about you. That's what's going on.
What is she saying? What is she saying?
Here, I'll put you on speaker.
Oh, great.
You were saying that he's.
I get startled by the fact that there's sound coming out.
You have been in
All right.
so many conference calls. You cannot do this every single time.
It's just strange.
Did you not know the phone could do this?
Not my phone. Maybe the big one in the middle of the big table.
Can.
Does everyone have a
Yeah.
passport?
It's not going to be necessary. I'll just need to arrange transports with like a Gulfstream G250 or something. Because what you got like a sundowner. It's not going to go transoceanic. So I'll take care of that part. If you can just get Ironheart to Seattle, I'll handle the rest of moving things around.
Are you sure? Because even private jets
passports
have to go through a customs thing,
they
albeit
do and
light.
they do and they don't. I mean, you have to file some paperwork, but it's not the same.
I
mean,
never
really,
understand this.
passports are for those people who don't know how to go around the common travel systems. That's all.
Amina raises her hand and says, I have a passport.
Oh, good. Is it current?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's almost full.
Full of what?
Stamps. When you go in and out of places, they stamp your passport to allow
I
you
have
entry.
this passport thing too.
What's a stamp?
For mailing letters.
It's a device that transfers ink from one thing to another.
Like a printing press.
Yeah, a small printing press. Ironheart, it's going to be better if you don't travel through commercial transportation because you want to keep a hold of your sword at all times, and that will be problematic. And in today's day and
I
age,
can.
you will get arrested.
The government gives me permission to travel with my sword.
The TSA doesn't, so I'll get you there. Cassie will get you to Seattle. I'll get you the rest of the way.
Okay. Do you
And
need this passport thing? Because mine's in Seattle.
No.
Okay.
I thought dealing with one was hard enough, but there's a
Yes, I understand your position, Cassie. I understand it very well.
That's fine. Can you show
So-
Amon how to put me off a speakerphone? I need to speak with him for a moment.
Sure. So, Amon, you see this button right here? If you press this button, it goes on the speaker or off the speaker. Whatever it is now, it's going to do the other one. So this is you getting a memory of how to turn on a speakerphone.
Remember that time?
I remember.
It just happened.
Pulls out character sheet.
Oh, that's totally going in the character sheet.
Where
Got it.
I
Memories.
hand it back to you.
Yes. And I push the button and look super proud of myself. I would then step back away from the table. Yes, Cassie, hello.
And the speakerphone blares in your ear.
press it a little bit harder.
Hello?
Yes.
Ah,
All right. Are you able to hear me just fine?
yes, I am.
Okay. Your boss called.
My boss called.
Yes.
Good joke there, Cassie. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'm sure. Did they hit you while you were out there, or? I'm sorry. I'm just. All right. He's actually coming to you in the near future. So I need to know where to send him. As in your other angel friend, that's like the head of Vegas.
Ah. Oh, yes, of course. Jimmy, Jim. Yes, that's his name. No, I'm just kidding.
Jim Jareen.
Interesting. Tell him we'll be
Dr. Banda.
Dr. Banda?
Yes.
Banda?
Yes.
Interesting. Tell him we'll be in. Do I trust this person?
You are afraid of this person. So trust.
Oh, okay.
Anyone
Not
that's sort of
not used to
a
that.
little up, a higher ranking than you, Jack will know this person. This person sort of steers clear of Jack for some reason. But yeah, so this angel is sort of the head of all of the Vegas area. They helped you get rid of the mobsters back in the day of early Vegas. But this is the one that sort of tells you where the demons are, tells you what needs to be done, and is your boss.
Cassie, let me get back to you in just a few minutes.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Are you heading back this way, or the plane's done refueling?
It sounds like Yuurei may be able to organize some of our travel. Why don't you send the plane, or why don't you take Ironheart to Seattle? But before you do that, I want you to stop in Vegas and get off yourself so that you can be there in Vegas in case we might need you there.
Are you going to go do something crazy again?
Of course not. It's me.
Can you just call every once in a while so that I know that you're alive?
Absolutely.
All right. You can press the hang up button now. It's the red one.
Okay. I pushed the speakerphone button.
Wrong button. I'll
You
just
knew.
hang up.
Okay. I close it. So little anxiety, if angels can feel such a thing, pulses through. Would walk back inside and maybe slouch down a little bit into the booth and say, "We may have a slight issue here. It appears that is it Dr. Banda?
Yes, doctor. You can
Doctor.
call him Mr. It is doctor.
Dr. Banda wants to meet up with us."
Who is this?
Remind us what we know about Dr. Banda again.
Well, Jack knows a little bit more. But
Is meeting up with him ever good?
No, it's not. No.
Do I need to bring my sword?
Oh, no more sword.
Would you ever leave it anywhere else? Why do
No,
you keep
but
asking
do
that
I need to
question?
use it?
What would I know about Dr. Banda, dealer?
Yeah. So anytime that you've gone into his office, everything is sort of decorated in this ancient Mesopotamian way. He presents himself his guise, as it is of this sort of North African gentleman that just seems prouder than you, which is
a feat.
A definite feat. Yeah, that's probably part of the thing that's intimidating because he's just so smooth, suave as it is. And his guys as well he is a practicing doctor in the human realm, which is also strange. He seems to like taking humans apart and figuring out how they work that way. It's fascinating, each sort of vein and artery, bone, everything's just sort of the same, but there's this sort of difference. Variations within the humans. And he'll talk to you about that at length, sort of describing each operation that he goes through. And describing those variations to you. But you never feel like you're able to interrupt him.
I would relay all this to everyone, but the thing is that it always feels like I would call him
Banda.
Banda. Yeah, I would call him Banda. I wouldn't call him Doctor here. It always feels like Banda has a ulterior motive for things, and I'm uncomfortable sharing our location or the direction we're going if there's a possibility of a relic. I think that the good doctor may have a history of acquiring relics. I'm not sure by what means, whether he finds them as he says or takes them by force.
Yes.
Do you know of this, Danny? Or excuse me, Jack?
I'm sure he does both.
So don't tell him where we're going. I don't see what the problem is. Meet him in Vegas, do what you need to, and then go on to where you need to be.
All of a sudden, it seems like we have more places to go before Greece.
Splitting
Choice.
the party.
So, to be clear, dealer, this is someone that One-Eyed Jack and Amon Set know, or do the rest of us know this person as well?
Anyone that has been in Vegas for an amount of time has had to answer him at some point or another. So it seems like Yuurei really goes to Vegas for DEF CON every once in a while.
Yurei's mostly Bay Area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Silicon
Washington.
Valley.
Yeah.
I
Redmond.
Yeah. Amina was here for a conference, and Koy,
I'm a professor, actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
At the
In Vegas?
University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Yeah, so you would know Dr. Banda as well.
Well, Jack, he tends to steer a little clear view, right? What if we were to go together? Meet up with him. I like that idea rather than telling him the direction we're going.
Why do you need to go?
I think it would be important.
Okay, that's valid.
I think
Having been asked to go, it's better to deal with him and get it done than escalate issues by having him come chasing after us.
Well, then how about One-Eyed Jack and Amon Set go to talk to Dr. Banda? Does Dr. Banda have a first name? Is it by any chance Bruce Banda?
Dr.
No.
Banda.
Okay. Well, the rest of us just head to Greece.
that sounds fine.
Reminder, I am going to Seattle.
Yes. You will stop in Vegas first, and then from Vegas you will go to Seattle. And then from Seattle you will go to Greece.
Fine.
Yeah, Jack, you have the ability to be wherever you need to be, don't you?
Within limit.
Okay. Just curious.
I was going to say, Jack, maybe this will help with your weird feelings.
We'll see.
I don't think any of us sufficiently want that whatever you're feeling about us. I don't know.
They're lying to you, Jack.
I have told Jack what I could potentially want from him.
Right, but he said it wasn't sufficient. So maybe the fact that Dr. Banda, who has history with Jack, could help with that. I don't know. Just conjecturing.
Do we know what Dr. Banda's mission is here? What he subscribes to, if he has one?
You know that. What did I write? Alright, sorry about that. His mission is the Sword of Wrath.
Mm.
He's here to win the war. Okay.
By any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like me and him might get along.
That's why you're going to Seattle.
Do not trust me, brother.
Well, before we go, I have a really important question that I need to make sure that we address, and that is anyone eating these hash browns?
No.
I can barely eat anything at this point.
I think you are.
Oh, I am.
So then, yes, someone is eating the hash browns.
Now someone is. They weren't before. You see, it's this type of disassociation that we have between what is real and what is truth, and what is happening now and what is happening.
Did you say
then.
I was going with Cassie to Vegas?
So the four of you would be in a plane. Yeah, so Cassie, Amon, said Ironheart, and One-Eyed Jack would be in a plane going to Vegas.
Okay, let's go.
It'll be a little while. I mean, do you want to go immediately? Do
Yes.
you need to go immediately? Okay. I was interested to hear how hash browns related to truth.
Mm.
Could you summarize? Or would that take too long?
You'll have to read my next book.
I read them all.
Titled Hash Browns and Truth. Just came up with it here. No, but there is an issue that is bothering me that we addressed a little bit last time. And that I feel that someone would bring up in some capacity. But this issue of my attachment to Cassie.
What's the issue?
This issue that I was basically completely ineffective in terms of bettering humanity because I was totally consumed
part of humanity
by a single person. Well, do the ends justify the means? Do you choose the one over the many?
The answer.
I chose the one over the many. How does that play out?
That's what you wanted to do, so you did it. That's it.
Sometimes that consuming desire is hard to fight, and you just have to roll with it.
Is that what you felt, Koy?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk about it. I don't even feel like doing it. Is there a possibility that Dantillion will be in Greece?
That would be good.
It's highly probable that we will all run into Dantillion again.
Okay.
It's highly probable that Dantillion will seek you out, Koy, because it seems that there's unfinished business there.
Well,
now that you've had a little bit of an honest sharing of feelings.
If anything, I've learned that sometimes relying so heavily on the physical doesn't change anything, and I'm learning from Amina that learning and taking the time to be introspective is just as valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Amina reaches a hand, I'm going to say across the table, and places it on Koy's, a very grandmotherly type gesture, and just says, Koy, you certainly have the power to make the choices that you need to. The strength is there. It's just a matter of training yourself to be able to do it in the moment.
All I have to say is that I don't blame Amon at all for the choice that he made back there. I don't think you were necessarily ineffective. You were following a strong feeling, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
You feel that it's wrong for us to develop such strong relationships with mortals.
That's how Nephilim happen.
Yes, unfortunately, most Nephilim are, half-formed and terrible children, or what do they call them? Like, aren't they ill-formed?
Some are, some aren't.
I thought that was in the time out. I thought that was in the Relics PDF.
Freeze.
Yes.
Because
What's it? You like Zach Morris? Where's your phone? Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Freeze.
Short of a miracle, there is no way to give Cassie a longer lifespan.
Oh, I know. I looked it up.
Yeah.
I did extensive research.
See?
But I feel that because this has happened before.
Yeah,
And
you said as much.
Amina was there. And we know what happened there and how that affected me for centuries. Right, Amina? Can I call a memory for how ineffective I was, an anti-skill?
No, this is actually a good segue. One of the last steps in creating a character in Relics is sort of the memories that each of the angels have. So the players actually assign the memories to their fellow players and describe an event that the two personas share. So in sort of these two stages. So first, each player describes the memory their persona shares with the person of the player right next to you. And then you go around the table in the opposite direction, and each player... All right. Basically, I'm going to go around, and you guys are each going to describe a memory for one another to put on your sheets. And this is
different from the ones that we already had?
Yes, but we can use this one between you and Amina because we have not heard the full story yet. Yes.
And if I remember correctly, it's the story is described, and then the person who it applies to gets to decide what the skill is from the story.
For this one, yes, they do get to describe the skill, but this isn't so much as we're trying to make it through something. This is more of creating your character and getting more in depth with who they are and who they were and who you guys sort of are to each other. So like on your character sheet, there are those two memories that you were given at the beginning, and it gives you that skill. So this will be sort of the same thing. You will get a skill, but again, it's you could kind of leave it up to interpretation if you don't want to decide right now.
Okay.
If you need a moment to think about the memory that has been given you.
Can I get the prompt again?
From Amon.
Phil? Mic's off.
Sorry, I keep turning it down so you don't hear me typing. I think that so this was a situation where I fell in love with another human, and you helped me to work through her loss.
Okay. Yeah. So it was I would say it was in kind of the late Roman Empire, as things were coming to they were winding down, if you will. It was no longer the great place, and you were Amon Set was kind of looking for where the next big scene was going to be, trying to decide where he needed to be next. And there was a woman who had really caught your eye. Um, she was up in the British Isles, and it was someone that you were just sort of blinded for. You couldn't really see what else was going on around you, and you were I don't know, you were getting sloppy by your own standards. Uh, I was in the middle of helping out there as well, helping get some infrastructure, things like that going, getting some repositories of knowledge built, uh, and and she died. She was kidnapped uh, by some of the raiders, and yeah, and she didn't make it. She fought back, and you were the one who kind of found this scene of her, and it just broke you. It was probably the lowest that you had been since you had fallen, um, and I think that uh, this was it was an opportunity for Amina to step out of being so focused on saving humanity and really to look at I don't know how fragile we are as angels and being here on Earth, um, having fallen, and uh, it also gave Amina the opportunity to step into your world and try to see things through your eyes. And I think Amina was able um, to help you get excited for a new project, to set you loose on sort of the next place that you were needed, at least by your by your standard, you were needed, and it gave you the opportunity to move on.
Well done. Thank you.
All right, I am going to choose next. Koy, why don't you describe a memory that you had with Yuurei? Putting you guys on the spot.
It's okay. Do you want me to use the prompts in the character sheet that you provided, or could it be a little more free?
Could definitely be free.
Whatever you would like.
Whatever you would like. Freedom.
What
As you wish.
what do I want?
That's always the question.
Mm-hmm. What?
So this was I was after Dentillion left. I was pretty broken, and you know, this was probably the start of my frenzy to distract by moving, by creating leopards, by finding my mission to walk alongside humans to defeat I made it my mission to train humans to fight demons as a way to deal with the heartbreak that I was coming up against. And there was one point where I literally worked myself into exhaustion, and I woke up and Yuurei was there. I didn't recognize Yuurei at first. We haven't seen each other in many, many, many years, but something that Yuurei did was, remind me that the mission is much greater than any of us. And I think Yuurei took it upon themselves to use this opportunity to strengthen their skill set of guidance and empowering siblings. I think that Yuurei had this skill set within them, but it was mostly kept to the internet and to strangers. But I think this was the first time that Yuurei used this skill set in more of an empathy based framework as such. And Koy never forgot that. I mean, again, it may have taken probably till this moment and Amina's essence to maybe come to a greater understanding of what that really means. But it was the first time that Koy felt like they could actually slow down and think about what the meaning of all this is.
Thank you.
All right. Writing these things down. Ironheart, why don't you describe a situation between you and Amina?
Okay. So it was actually more recent. We were over together in the Afghan war as people were looting and destroying things over there. I was fighting, and Amina was with our group. We were actually on the trail of a demon that was causing quite a bit of problems for the soldiers over there. And I will never forget her bravery as she helped us protect this building they used for learning and for knowledge. It stored a lot of artifacts and things that was of great importance to her. She stood against the demon with us, bravely and quite effectively, making sure that these relics were protected, but at the same time gaining my respect as a warrior as well as a scholar.
Let's see here. Amon, why don't you describe one that you had with Koy?
Let's see here.
Right here. I'm set.
I know I'm.
That was such a great memory.
It's,
Oh, you guys do have stuff. It's too late. I've already said it though.
No, it's fine. I'm excited to hear it.
Okay.
so that time at Denny's that we had. No.
That time in Denny's in Indianapolis.
When you ask about the hash browns,
When did you fall to Earth?
Koy was before all of you.
Yeah, I was like the first. Does it say on this when exactly? It was like the beginning. in the beginning.
In the beginning, there was Koy.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, boom. Yeah.
I feel like this was a situation where when I first came down in Egypt, in Africa, you would have been almost like a mythical figure. That you've been there from the beginning of time. The stories have been passed down about this, incredibly fast, but almost almost incredibly um, uh, difficult to perceive. Like you were almost like a they would think of as like a god, but like a god incarnate on Earth. And so there was I would say a lot of fear associated with you. There was a lot of no one knew how to. Everybody wanted to ostracize you, or perhaps just have you leave. But it took it took the convincing of the pharaoh at the time that you would not harm his kingdom, but rather would be a great benefit to it. That you would be able to help them grow their civilization towards a better and brighter future. And so I feel that you had to. I was able to grant you an audience where you would stand in front of the pharaoh and argue your point. I might have thrown a few things in your favor, a few words here or there, but this gave you the ability to this was the skill of convincing, to be able to convince someone that you are not a threat. We'll go with that.
Thank you.
I'll eat my bacon.
Jack for Ironheart. Muted.
Jack, you're muted.
Your boom's not down.
No, that'll work better. Works better, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jack and Ironheart were working together in Vegas as recently as 2003 because Ironheart was there for a demon that he was hunting as usual. And the battle took us kind of backstage while a particular tiger show was going on, and may have been responsible for the tigers being a little bit out of sorts and causing the show to go pretty foul.
Nice.
We not only worked together to get rid of the demon, but also to keep the crowd from becoming a panicked mob of violent people responding to that. And so it was interesting to see that side of Ironheart helping to calm the crowd and not just the squash with sword. And we did get the demon.
Always have to kill the demon, right?
No, you haven't been as successful recently.
I know. I still have to track this one down.
Yes.
Sorries. My bad.
All right, Yuurei, and your memory with Jack.
Well, I think this is back before the fall. Back before Jack was bored with everything. Back in those early moments of creation when angels were new and we were excited about our purpose and we knew we were being used for it and we deeply felt our place in the universe. And it's just about that working alongside together and feeling that connection to the inevitability of everything that's mom. Back before you got jaded with everything, back before you stopped caring, back before you left heaven. Back
So
when
what do we
Jack was
remember from then?
talkative. Back when Jack was talkative and excited about things and willing to share things and just joyful in everything he did, and you couldn't get him to shut up.
Happy Jack.
Happy Jack. Not Jack in the box that he is now.
Oh,
Jack was Amon set?
Jack was more perky. Jack was very talkative. Jack showed emotional range. Jack cared
I
about
don't
things
have
and
the
was
ability to
interested.
show emotional range.
Amon set as Jack 2.0 confirmed.
It's true.
It was later removed because it wasn't deemed necessary for your purpose.
Ouch.
Ouch. And this is what happened.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you guys sort of fall silent, having shared these memories over the cold pancakes or, the crumbs and remnants. Since you ate pretty well, I don't think there's really anything left except for the bill.
I got
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, now the
So-
only issue is what to do after Denny's.
So the three of you will be flying to Vegas along with Cassie. The rest of us will be waiting here for transportation. We'll be moving to Greece. So if you three wanted to take your SUV or your limo, whatever you're calling it these days, to the airport, we can go from there. Jack, do you know how to use a phone? Do you remember me teaching you to use a phone?
no, I don't remember you teaching me to use a phone.
Okay, well, remember it now because I'm going to teach you right now. Here's how to use a phone.
I know how to use a phone. I open my phone and push the speakerphone button.
Nothing's happening.
Because there's no call right now.
I know that.
So I'll give Jack the steps of open phone, press button, and hand him another one of the.
How many of those phones do you have?
A lot. I buy them in bulk. It's cheaper.
Why are you wanting me to have this skill?
Because inevitably you're going to need to tell us something. And rather than waiting to meet back up with us, this will be a faster way to do it if we're further away than you can appear. I can also get in touch with you. Amonset can just fly really fast.
No more ceiling crashes.
Jack, you have a phone. You've called Jenna before, right?
Sure.
She showed you how to use a phone.
Yeah, I never answered the question of whether I knew how to use a phone.
It's true.
I just answered the question that he didn't teach me.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. Well, you have a phone now.
As Yuurei just passing out phones like candy, assuming you guys don't know how to use them.
It would be a correct assumption with me.
It is true. It is very true. Ironheart, speaking of phones, your phone's ringing.
Which one?
That is a good point. Okay, so he will stand up and walk outside. Hello?
Alex?
Yes, hello.
Sorry, I got your call. Is everything okay?
Just had an interesting evening. Is Alexis faring well?
She goes silent on the other end of the line for a moment.
Is everything okay?
We might have to put her on hospice care, Alex.
What is this hospice care?
You know how old she is.
Of course.
It's just to make her comfortable until, she passes on.
What is wrong with her?
She's just old.
I will be home shortly.
She would like that. She's been asking for you.
Have her write me on this phone when she is awake.
I'll see. She's not been awake as much. Holding a phone is a little bit more difficult now.
I should be home within the day.
Okay. She had us sign a DNA DRA, do not resuscitate. Does that still stand with you?
What is this?
She just wants to pass on.
If that was her wish, yes.
All right. I guess be here as soon as you're able to be, and I'm sorry, Alex.
I will be there shortly to check on her. Rebecca, my friend that you met the first night you took care of Alexis
Mm-hmm.
will be around the building. Can you please let her in?
I cannot
Why
let her
not?
into the building.
Why not?
It's a wolf.
Just let her in. She will stay hidden.
The line clicks off as she hangs up on you.
Okay. He goes back in and he looks at... We're leaving now.
I pull out my wallet and drop $500 onto the table. And also that poker chip, was it, that I picked up?
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean anything to anyone?
So you hold up this coin, and first you notice that as you put that money on the table, it is difficult for you to leave it there. Like, this is your money. This is yours. Why would you be wanting to get rid of it? And that resentment that's just been building towards your siblings again is just rearing its ugly head. But as you hold up this coin, I had a description of it. Sorry, guys. It is sort of this old Spanish doubloon. It definitely doesn't look like a regular poker chip anymore, like it had looked like just a day ago. Do you let anybody look at it closer?
Look, sure. With their eyes, not their hands.
Yuurei will look at it.
And apparently, while I'm having them focus their attention on my hands, I'm putting my $500 back in my pocket.
Yes. Yeah. And again, it's just that feeling that these people are trying to steal from you, and you think it's going to be violent.
This looks interesting. Here, can I reach out my hand. Can I have it?
No.
Why not? Let me just look at it. Come on.
You may look at it, and I'll hold it in front of you.
You're able to take a picture. Can you show me the other side? Yuurei will take a picture. Yuurei will go searching for it.
It used to look like a poker chip yesterday.
Really? Have you tried seeing if it's a relic yet?
How do you see if something is a relic, dealer? Is there power in it that I could access?
There is.
Oh boy.
Do it in the Denny's.
Yeah,
What? Yeah, do it in the Denny's. It's the Denny's episode. I'm doing it in the Denny's.
Of course. I mean, you haven't actually taken this thing out to examine it, to look at it. But it does have that telltale side, that flavor, that taste, that sort of warmth in your hand that this is a relic, but it feels wrong. So you don't think it's an angel's relic.
Aren't there some relics that possess people?
There are, and you've heard of them.
Are you saying that because you want to take it from me?
No. I'm just saying that because that's a thing, and that would explain perhaps why you're feeling these feelings that you weren't feeling before, if they were actually a feeling of possessor or trying to find a way of entry into your psyche.
Oh, that would make sense given that our responses weren't sufficient for you.
Okay. They're going to try and take your coin from you, Jack.
No, this is Denny's. We're going to talk our way out of it.
I'm going to see which one of them is going to try to take the coin from me by putting it down on the table, if I can.
Ironheart pulls out his
Sword?
weapon. Yeah.
Phone?
It lights up and he strikes
You
the
are in
coin.
Oh my
Denny's.
god!
Ironheart
Ironheart.
is Gimli confirmed.
Ironheart. Seriously.
Can't kill a demon, kill a Denny's table?
So yeah, I will actually use my sword of magistry. My sword will turn into a 5-foot long flame of fire.
Oh my gosh, in the Denny's?
Yeah.
I will strike
So-
the coin.
Around
I hope they have insurance. They have insurance. This poor Denny's is really getting beat up.
Yuri will
It can
get up and head
destroy
towards
a
the fire
relic.
extinguisher.
Yeah, everyone is screaming. Everyone is running out. You have just absolutely turned this place upside down. You'll see that the FBI agents that were in there and that were coming in have just pulled out their weapons and have pointed them at you and will actually fire as you swing your sword down because they're not sure if you're trying to hit someone, but you are a guy with a flaming sword.
That's fine. I still strike the relic. So as long
Is
as
it even a relic?
as long as I hit, it will destroy it.
Probably the Denny's table is the relic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why we're always drawn to Denny's.
that's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
We're possessed by Denny's.
Go back to the
And
table.
while he's doing this, he'll say, "I don't have time for this. We need to leave."
Jack, do you try and stop them? You just hear this sort of screaming in your mind that he's not aiming for the relic, he's trying to kill you.
Yeah, so Ironheart is now confirmed as the one who's trying to take something from me. And I will activate my body of barrel to grab the sword where it's about to hit the relic and palm the relic back into my pocket. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. You know, that sounds awesome. Why don't you guys both pull a card?
Okay.
Are we playing blackjack?
We should.
Are we doing blackjack or are we doing simple?
Let's play blackjack.
Okay.
Because Jack invented it.
I got
King of Wands is my first
Justice.
card.
King of Wands.
Yeah.
So mine's 10, correct?
Yes.
And
Okay.
wands are the same thing as staves.
Yes.
So that is my aspect.
I got my aspect as well with the King of Swords at 20.
And
All right, so you guys are both at 20?
well,
Must surround
is
Denny's.
King of Wands a 20?
It's a 10.
10.
No,
That's a 10. And so my second card is the Hierophant.
Is
It's Major Arcana.
Major Arcana are counted as aces?
Sorry, I'm trying to find the page. I have forgot.
I think they were 10.
I think they're 10 as well.
They are 10, but I just want to make sure.
Because it matters.
Yes.
In this instance, it matters.
So we
if we
do
both
both
have
have 20
10.
if they're 10s?
Yeah, we both have 20.
Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I'm totally in the wrong area.
Which one did you have?
Which
card did you pull?
Hierophant. Hit Hierophant.
Hierophant?
King of Wands and the Hierophant.
There we go. Major Arcana face value or 10. Let's see here. Page, Knight, Queen, King or 10. 2 to 10 is face value. The ace is 1 or 11.
Okay.
I have an 11. Justice is an 11.
It's a major arcana, so it counts as a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be like the ace of staves or...
Okay. Yeah.
wands.
So I have 20.
Cool. We both had 20.
The rules do say that major arcana can be counted as their face value or 10.
That is true.
Okay.
What are your
So-
face values?
So I could have an 11, which would give me 21.
Sure. And then what would Jack have?
I have no idea what the Hierophant counts as.
They're
Is that a V on the card for 5?
5. Yeah, they're toward the begin. They're like in the. Sorry,
We shall learn what these things all mean by the end of this game.
You
I
had,
mean-
you had Justice, right? It's on page 300.
300? Thank you.
Hierophant is 5.
Yes, I had Justice.
Yeah, Hierophant is 5.
Okay,
I had
so
Justice.
So you can go for a 15 and hit again. Odds are you'll bust.
but if I'm 15 versus 21, I'm losing, so busting
You have
is...
either
15
20 or
versus
15.
20. Yeah.
But it's 21.
Yeah, take the 15, hit again. Give yourself a shot.
What page is all of this stuff in? On?
300?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then
Well,
on
300
page 77 is where it talks about the complex tests.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. I might need to get the book, y'all.
No, it's nice to just be able to flip through
I
it.
was like, this scrolling is.
That's why I go up in a PDF viewer or whatever it is, Acrobat.
Oh, you just search.
Go to View
It's not.
and Page
Oh, and just-
Display and
Yeah.
2-page.
True.
So,
Yep.
so Danny, at this time you've lost because what Ironheart has is the second highest hand, which is 21 and 2 cards with one of the
That's
major arcana. The only way you could beat it would be getting the same thing, which you already don't have, or 21 and 2 cards where both are major arcana. So even if you draw a 21,
Which
and 3
I
or
got
more
a Knight
cards,
of Cups, so I don't believe I do.
you don't.
It was more I was wondering if you draw a signifier.
Yeah.
Right. So, Jack, you step in front of this sword. Hold up your hand to catch the blade as you start to activate your body of barrel. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But Ironheart is just a little bit quicker on the draw as he sort of slices through your hand.
Oof.
Hand gone. And the blade continues down onto the table where you are reaching to take the coin and pocket it again.
Mm.
Yes. So
does anything happen to the coin?
yes. As Ironheart strikes this coin, it just seems like this huge burst of just like energy erupts forth and basically breaks every piece of glass that is within this Denny's, shattering everything, and knocking back all the humans that had been standing around or trying to escape this Denny's from this crazy madman with this flaming sword. And it crumbles into this fine black dust, and you sort of see this smoke curl up and leave.
We're leaving now. I don't have time for this.
I'm sorry.
You've just
Did you say that Ironheart cut off Jack's hand?
Yes, Ironheart has cut off Jack's hand.
Okay, I appreciate that we were more concerned with the coin than his hand being cut off.
But first, I need everyone to draw one card because the FBI agents did shoot at you guys.
Knight of Cups.
All right, you
The 9 of Swords.
Have the sun.
Ooh.
9 of Cups.
All right.
3 of Pentacles.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna get my deck
We'll
here.
wait for me to...
Did Paul get a deck?
No.
But
Oh wait, aren't we gonna send? Weren't we gonna send him one?
Let's see. I'll double check that this is not what I've done before. No, I got the Page of Cups.
Perfect. So, Amon, why don't you describe this? You're the one that is injured as these FBI agents fire upon you guys, not really caring to aim as well as they should have.
yeah, so this obviously in the midst of firing the first volley, because I was standing off to the side a little bit, the first volley probably wouldn't have hit me, but when there was the big explosion that was hit from this coin being obliterated and whatever was inside it being released, thrown back, and as some of the, or at least one, I guess, yeah, as one of the guys was being thrown back, fired the gun again, and that would have hit me right in the abdomen, right, kind of midway up on the right side. And I'm not sure how does that work?
Yeah.
Do I just hold, blow on my thumb and pop it out? I mean, is that...
So angels heal by fire. Angels have 4 points of wound damage, whereas humans only have 2. And it's not just like, oh, I jump in a fireplace. Like, you need this great burning flame in order to heal yourself.
So can I use Ironheart's face?
Does my sword count as that?
No, your sword
No.
is something special.
No.
We
Yes.
can't solve everything with your sword, Ironheart. For goodness sake.
It's
Well,
on
let's
fire.
rephrase. We haven't solved anything yet with your sword, Ironheart. We've only created more problems.
No, the relic is destroyed and we are leaving.
So because the been shot, okay. Does it count for 1 point of damage? Is this 2? Like, are there multiple? Is each hit like a point of damage?
Yeah, so you're only going to take 1 point of damage with the 3, but Jack is going to take 2 points with his hand being cut off. That nobody seems to care about. I'm sorry, Jack.
So Amina.
But now that the relic is gone, you feel better.
So Amina is going to turn
Ish.
to the crowd of FBI agents and using the voice of God is going to say, allow us to leave and no harm will come to you.
I will pick up some towels and I have the skill first aid and tend to Jack's hand.
No. You are not touching me. I gather from what you said, Sam, that I no longer have the distrust of everyone. I could leave money and not feel like they're going to steal it at this point.
Yes.
So yeah,
There's not really a table to leave money on.
No. It's sort of flattened.
yeah, but
The relic has been destroyed.
is my hand gone?
Your hand is gone. It's on the ground. You just
On the
have this-
ground?
No, I can pick it up,
Yeah,
and I can pick it up and leave.
Jamie Lannister.
At least the sword is hot enough that it sort of cauterized the wound, so the stump isn't bleeding. It's just sort of
My
blackened.
gosh. Now he's one-eyed, one-hand Jack. What have you
He's the one-armed
done?
bandit.
What have you done?
But
I
yeah,
was really thinking Ironheart is a demon. Just
You
goes around
kinda-
saying all the
Well,
demons.
then Koy's turned on. Koy's turned on then if
There you
Ironheart's
go.
What was that song about that one eye, one arm flying purple people eater?
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically.
Ironheart at this point is just kind of looking around the room, going, "Can we leave now? The problem is solved."
That depends on whether the FBI agents keep shooting at you.
no, they are listening to Amina. They sort of step aside and want nothing more to deal with you.
All right.
Good morning.
Yuri's gonna pause time for a moment.
Okay.
Just go around to find the people working at this Denny's, find the payroll of people who work here because they're not going to be working here for a while because this building is pretty much destroyed. Find out who owns it, and then over time, Yuri will slowly give them money to make up for having to deal with Yuri's family. So that's what Yuri uses his miracle for, is to find out information on who works at a Denny's.
Yeah.
You know what?
Also, who are the people? Who are injured in this? Who are the people at this event? You know, that's basically Yuri's gig. Find out who is here. Find out who is working here.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of 2020, that's not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
No, I
Not at
killed
all.
the humans
Far
for a
from-
shot, so
Few of the humans were shot.
yeah. It's
Oh no.
the ones that were standing near Koy and Amina. You guys, or Yuri, you guys both drew the 6s, right? 9s.
Nines.
Yeah. The 2 humans that were standing near you guys, the bus boys, seem to have been one shot in the leg, one shot. It seems to have just grazed his shoulder.
Okay.
But that hurts.
Ironheart will perform like field medic
I'm not letting you touch
on the
me.
kids when
You can touch them all you want. I'm picking up my hand and I'm heading out of here.
Amina's gonna try and come over to you and take like her granny scarf off and wrap it around your hand
Yeah.
if you'll let her.
Not at the moment.
I'm just ready to go. I'm following Jack out if he's leaving.
I'll let you wrap your scarf around me.
No, Koy's gonna rip part of their like shirt and try to wrap it around the bus boy's leg.
Oh yeah,
Very sad.
Ironheart can do field.
Yeah, but we don't know about you anymore, Ironheart. We're a little you're getting a little too reactive right now for our taste.
I just need to go.
How many hotels and Denny's are we gonna destroy?
As
You know?
many as
Every
necessary to
single one
destroy
so
all the
far.
demons, and I need to get back to Seattle.
Okay, how about this? I'll arrange for you to get to Seattle. The other 2 will go to Vegas.
Sounds great.
That way you get there faster.
That works.
That works.
Perfect.
Danny as Jack and I hobble out of this Denny's,
A blood trail
I just-
behind you.
I mutter over to him, Cassie's gonna be so pissed.
And with that, we are going to end this session. Cassie.
Hey, I got to burn something down again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's hand.
You are a demon, Ironheart. You are a demon. Face it. You're really trying to fight and kill yourself, but you
can't
don't.
do it anymore, Jack.
Oh.
He can do. What can he do?
No, he can hold. He can hold
can
up
do-
his.
He can do this.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Or he can do. He can do this. Can I get it to vanish?
Your watch is disappearing.
That's right.
There you go. Almost.
However you need to do it.
Try to do
Do
it.
that.
All right, guys. This has been Relics, a game of angels by Penny for a Tale. This game is by Steve D from 10 Star Games. You could go ahead and pick up this game at Drive-Thru RPG as well as Indie Gaming Revolution. And if I am saying that wrong, I'm sorry. I'm going to put it in the YouTube description as well as the show notes just so that we can make sure that that is right. And again, make sure that you tune in for Scion on Sunday. I am Sam. I have been the dealer this evening. We have had Ashley as Ironheart, Paul as Amina, Philip as Amon, Eric as Yuurei, Danny as Jack, and Rowena. I'm talking too fast.
You're right.
Rowena. Yes. As
Rowena,
Koy-
yep.
So yeah, I need to drink some water. As Koy Bumba. Everyone remember to stay hydrated, drink water, stay sane, and as always, thank you to Ian for helping me with the audio issues we were having.
Yay, Ian!
He is the best. And yeah, again, have a good night and thanks for watching.
Night all.
Bye bye.